So for some random reason, I've ended up having 3 different editions of this book. I'll just show them. This book is Friedberg, Insel, Spence, or what I usually refer to as FIS. This book is usually used for math majors for linear algebra. It's really like a linear algebra done right by Axler. It should be a second linear algebra book. It should not be somebody's first encounter with linear algebra. The difference between the editions is not that big. I'm going to show them all. So, the reason why I ended up with 3 is because this was a mistake order. I was going to buy Lang's linear algebra, which to date I still do not have. But when I got it, I was like, I don't mind having a different edition. And I'm not one of those return book people. So this is the 2nd edition, and you see it's got a gray cover. And it is, so this will be the 8th printing from 1989. And I think this book is completely usable. I think all the other later editions change a little, but they really have, I believe, about the same content. It's got a chapter in canonical forms, which really distinguishes it from other linear algebra books. It does have your standard fare, but it's really a theorem-based book. Yeah, it is a theorem-based book. And unlike, say, a book like Anton, which starts with really, really basic stuff, this is really Anton chapter 4, vector spaces. And so you will see these theorem-based math major linear algebra books usually begin with vector spaces. And I'm getting to the point in the problems that I want to talk about for chapter 1 that I think really sets it apart and really shows you that this is a theory book when you get down to, and they put it in the problems, when you get down to direct sums. So direct sums are not covered in a lot of your engineering linear algebra books. So yeah, it's got a very interesting example, an interesting application that runs you through a complex scenario with products, vitamin content of certain foods. And that's a linear system that you get to play with. So it's got a lot of problems. I'm not sure if I will ever get to read one of these books. Not sure yet. I'm going to page through quickly, but really, it's very well written. It's polished. It's useful. Here's, this is the diagonalization that's explained in also in Anton. Let me see. I found it, and then I passed right by it. There we go. Where you invert a matrix. So yeah, matrix inverses. Yeah. So this is your typical theory book. And this is an early edition, 2nd edition. And it does have answers in the back, I think, or it doesn't. Let me see, because I thought, and I'm wrong. No, oh, it does. It does have answers in the back. It does have selected answers. They're not like all odd or all even. They're just all over the place. But it does have some answers. So there's a 2nd edition. 3rd edition, I think, is almost identical. I'm not going to go through like section by section what the differences are. But see, it's just got vector spaces and it's got the canonical forms. Very similar organization. Yeah. Yeah. I don't see what major changes they made, really. Maybe more problems. But it's fundamentally the same book. I mean, I could have fooled you and said that I was going to talk about the 2nd edition, and you wouldn't have known. Here's the application, and the section on direct sums is the same. It's still in the problems towards the end of chapter 1. But there may be a few additions here and there. But as you can see, the book is about the same. Yeah, here they are, right? Direct sums. Oh no, this is the part of subspaces. Anyways, It's got an index of definitions. But yeah, the difference between the second edition and the third are very minimal. And once again, it's got a few answers in the back, just as the previous edition. Yeah, and it does have a nice index for the theorems. All right, and then we get down to the one that I would use if I was reading this book, which is the 5th edition. This is the international print. But you can see once again, it's the same book. Vector spaces, canonical forms. Yeah. Same, basically the same book. Sure, there's a few different problems, but there really isn't a major difference between the 3 editions of the book. And once again, it's got answers in the back, right? I think so. Let's check if they kept them. Yeah, there they are. But I think they took out, they took out the index for the theorems. And this makes a point that I like to make, and the reason why I've already made a video about this for all books that I have, why I get multiple editions. It's because sometimes they'll take something out that you think is useful. They just do that. So it would have been really nice if they had kept the index of the theorems. They did not. There you have it. So those are 3 editions of what I call FIS: Friedberg, Insel, Spence.